my present focus on what Jesus meant when he told us to rejoice in persecution, and he said, "For your reward is great in heaven," which means one of the motivations or rationales to rejoice in our persecutions is the reward is up ahead. It's not what happens right now, it's what is up ahead. So I was looking up some verses that talk about that, the hope that we have in God. And hope in the Bible always means certainty about the future. Not, oh, I hope it doesn't rain today, or I hope it does. But what is absolutely certain, it's just in the future. So I looked up a verse and I found this one. It's in Psalm 39 verse 7. It says, "And now, O Lord, for what do I wait?" And then David answers the question, "My hope is in you." What David was waiting for was the hope that he had in God, that he knew no matter what things looked like in the moment, God was going to do what he promised. So then, as I often do, I looked at the context of what David was talking about here, and I was kind of blown away with how David described things that are familiar territory to me. Listen to how he introduces this psalm and leads up to this verse about hope. He says, "I said, I will guard my ways, that I may not sin with my tongue. I will guard my mouth with a muzzle, so long as the wicked are in my presence." There's the context. Some wicked people are around David. He doesn't trust them, and so he guards his mouth. In other words, he's going to be very careful how he speaks. He doesn't want the wicked to determine what he says. He wants that to come out of his relationship with God. So he says, "I was mute and silent. I held my peace to no avail, and my distress grew worse. My heart became hot within me. As I mused, the fire burned. Then I spoke with my tongue." In other words, David was saying, I tried to keep it in, but I finally had to speak what was in my heart. So what did he say? He said, "O Yahweh, make me know my end, and what is the measure of my days. Let me know how fleeting I am. Behold, you have made my days a few handbreadths, and my lifetime is as nothing before you. Surely all mankind stands as a mere breath." What David's saying here is life is brief. Whatever he's going through, it's really bringing him to that awareness. All these troubles, it's like, man, life is brief. So he says, surely a man goes about as a shadow, having virtually no substance. Surely for nothing they are in turmoil. Man heaps up wealth and does not know who will gather. It's all futility to David. We're like a shadow with no substance. We gather things, but we don't even know who will enjoy them when we're gone. We have no idea. We have no control over that. And so then he says, "And now, O Lord, for what do I wait? My hope is in you." In other words, David is saying, whatever wickedness he's facing right now, which would obviously relate to persecution today, his hope is not in this life. Life is brief. It's fleeting. We're like a shadow that amounts to nothing. Whatever good we do, we can't take it with us. Somebody else will benefit, and we don't know who. We might think we are saving up for our loved ones, but we don't know. And so everything, while we go through hardships, while the wicked seem to prosper, What David is counseling me as my mentor, he's saying, Monty, don't get down about the evil things that are done to you today. Don't get down about being reviled and slandered and disowned and lied about. This life is so fleeting. What is not fleeting is the Lord, Yahweh, Jesus Christ, the living God. They're not fleeting. They are eternal. And the life they give to their children is eternal. And so we can say with David, and now, O Lord, for what do I wait? Not this life, not a reputation, not being of significance, but what do I wait for? My hope is in you. And so today, as another poet has said, I wait in expectation for God and what He will do in my life today because of my hope that is anchored in the Lord Jesus Christ forever.